Alright, welcome back to another video on building multi-purpose Laravel and Livewire application. And in this video, we'll be working on filtering the appointments based on status. So first of all, let me show you the demo of what we're going to build so that we'll get some idea. So here we are showing all the list of appointments, and by clicking on this schedule button, it will display the list of scheduled appointments. And if we click on closed button over here, it will display the list of closed appointments, and we are not refreshing the page anymore, and it is all because of Livewire. See how cool is this? So let's get started by building this feature. But before moving further, let me tell you one thing, that I'm coming up with one product called Laravel Livewire Starter Kit, and it consists of lots of features like invoices, services, team members, roles informations, and more. And it will also help you to start your next project quickly, and you can also learn some of the cool stuff from the code that I have written. I will put this link on the description and you can check them out, and also at the end of this video I will also give you the demo of the product. So now let's get back and let's start implementing this feature. Alright, I reset the changes and we are back to our old project. So first of all, let me go to list appointments over here, and we'll be adding that specific button group over here. So I've already designed that, so let me copy it from resources to stops status filter. So let me copy this code and then put over here. So let me paste it. Let's indent it. Also let's wrap this with a div. Okay, so now instead of justify content to the end, let's do justify content between, and is looking good, right? So now first of all, let's make this number are currently static, so let's make this number based on those counts. Okay, so let's do that. So first of all, let me go to list appointments, and on the render method over here, let's define one variable called, let's say, appointments count. Let's count the appointment. Yep. And then also let's count schedule and closed appointments as well. So let's do schedule appointments count, appointment where status is scheduled, and count. Also for the closed appointments, closed appointments count, appointment where status is closed, and then count those. Okay, perfect. So let's pass these variables to the view. So schedule appointments count, and then closed appointments count. Okay, perfect. So now let's use those variables on our view. So let me go to list appointments, and over here let's do appointments count, and then if I refresh the page, it is saying undefined variable appointments count. So let's see what is this here. Instead of, we are not passing that, right? So let's do appointments count and appointments count. Yeah, perfect. So let's do the same for schedule appointments. instead of this static value, let's do schedule appointments count. Appointments count and schedule appointment as 6. Perfect. Let's do the same for closed appointments. Closed appointments count, and the closed appointments are 3. Perfect. So now if someone clicked over here, and we need to display the list of scheduled appointments, so let's do that. So let me go to schedule appointments button over here, and let's do on wire click. Let's call a method called filter appointments by status, and we will be passing the status as scheduled. And we don't have this method, so let's create this method on our list appointments component class. Let's add that method filter appointments by status, and we'll receive the status, and it's met by default it will be null. Okay, so over here we can do, let's say, diagram the status, and if I click on schedule, and we get that. Perfect. Let's do the same for closed one. Let me copy this and then paste it over here, and instead of schedule, let's say closed. Let's do the same for all appointments, and here we don't need to pass anything, right? It will be null. So if I click on closed, we get the closed. If I click on all, we get the null. Okay, perfect. So now let's create a public property called status. Let's say public status, and let's make null by default, and let's assign this status to this property. Let's do this status equals to status. Okay, so that we can use this status over here. So now we can do when there is a status, let's run the closure, and it will accept the query builder and then the status. Okay, and inside of this function, let's return the query where status is the current status, right? So let's diagram the status over here so that you will get some idea. So now if I refresh the page and click on schedule, and you get the schedule. Closed, you get the closed one, right? So now we are filtering the results based on status. So me click over here, yeah, it is working. See how cool is this? And if I click on closed, we get the closed appointments, and if I click on all, we get the all appointments. But here I see one issue. So if I click over schedule and then copy this link, and let me open this on, let's say, incognito window, and paste it, and we are back to the all appointments, right? We are not tracking this particular selection. Also, first of all, let's add one selected background over here. Let's add selected background, right? So first of all, let me go to list appointments, and over here instead of button default, if we make this as button secondary, we'll get this, right? So let's make this dynamic. So let's do if the status is null, if the status is null, then display button as a secondary, otherwise display use the class called button default, right? Now if I refresh the page, yeah, it is working perfect. So let's do the same for this button as well. So if the status equals scheduled, then let's do button secondary, otherwise use button default class. If I click over here and it is selected, perfect. Let's do the same for closed one as well. Instead of scheduled, closed. So now if I click on closed, and it is working perfect. So as I discussed earlier, there is one issue, so let's fix that. So to fix that, we need to use the query string. So we need to pass the query string for the status call, let's say closed, right? So in Livewire we can simply fix that issue using protected query string, and inside of array we can pass that status, and it will automatically append to our URI, right? So now if I click on schedule, and the status is added over here, perfect. If I click on closed, and it is changed here as well. So if we give this link to someone else on our team, then they will get back to the selected closed appointments list, right? So now let's try with pagination as well. Okay, so first of all, let's go to list appointments, and over here let's do appointments links, and if I refresh the page, so let's reduce the pagination number to, let's say it's 3, and it is working as well. But see, we are on page 2, and if I go to closed appointments, and we don't see any results, right? This seems weird, but actually we are on page 2 and we are searching for the status called closed, but we only have 3 results, so it is showing the empty. So we need to fix this as well. So while selecting this button, while clicking over this button, we need to reset the page, right? We need to get back to the page number 1, right? Actually we need to reset the page. So Livewire, there is already a reset page function, so let's use that. So let me go to list appointments, and while filtering the appointments by status, let's reset the page using this reset page method, right? So now let's try it again. Let me go to page 2 and click on closed, and we reset the page as well. Perfect, and we don't see that issue. So I hope you like this video. So this was for the tutorial. So now let me show you the demo of the product. So now let me log into the dashboard. Let me use the credentials shown at example.com, and password is password. So let me go from the end. So let's go to services, and here you see the list of services, right? And we can click on add new service to add a new service, and here I'm using the formatted input so that we can simply do like this, and it will format the price properly, right? And in the database we are saving this as an integer, we are not saving as a floating point number, right? And you will know how to do this by viewing the source code. So now let me go to invoice. Also here we are formatting the price properly as well, right, with comma separated. Okay, now let me go to invoice, and invoice we are filtering the invoice based on all due, partially paid invoice status, like we have done on this video. So on invoice you can view the invoice, edit invoice, print the invoice. Let's try by printing the invoice. Yep, you will see this. You can download as well this as a PDF, and you can view the invoice. You can receive the payment here. The invoice is partially paid, so let's receive a new payment. So let's say $200, and let's say receiving date, payment method cash, and let's give it a reference called B2 and 8 payment, and we receive it. It got updated over here, and on payment history we can see the list of transactions, right? We made this one currently. Perfect. And simply you can delete the invoice as well, right? Also, let me show you by clicking on add new invoice, and while adding the new invoice you see this add more. It is all built based on using Livewire, so you will know how to do this as well, right? Also those calculations, let me show you the calculation as well. If you select web development and it got calculated, it is based on Livewire, and if you select the tax 10% and it is also calculated, it is also based on Livewire. Everything is built on top of Laravel and Livewire, right? And if you click on build to client and display this client name and information, and here I am using picker the picker for invoice date and invoice due date. Okay, so now let me go to team members. Here you will see the list of team members. Currently there is one user. You can add a new member, they can also log in, and you can also assign a role as well, right? And let me go, also you can upload the profile image as well. Let me go to roles, and in roles you can add multiple roles, and you can add the permission to that role. So if you click on that permission key icon over there, you will see the list of permissions. So currently admin can view the client, add client, edit client, delete client, right? So let me uncheck this and click on save. So we are not giving permission to edit and delete specific clients, right? So let me go to clients. If I click over edit, and it is saying that the action is unauthorized, right? Also if I click on delete, yep, it is saying the action is unauthorized. Perfect. So you will know by viewing the source code, everything, you will have access to everything, and you can use this on your own project as well. Also you can learn from this as well. So let me get back. So you can delete, edit, everything, right? And on appointments, I have already made the videos on this, so I think I don't need to give this a demo. So in tags, you will see here, you will see the advanced filter, right? Here let me add a new tags. Okay, and let's do this one. Also we can assign to specific multiple users. Okay, so if I click on add tags, perfect, we added new tags. Now we can search based on this filter. Let's say not started, and there is no results because currently we have only one results, and we can filter on based on everything like start date, deadline, and you can also reset the filter. Also you can search from here as well. Wait, users, and it is saying no results one. Okay, perfect. So on clients, You can add a new clients, edit, delete as well. Also here I'm using iCheck for selecting this gender called male, female, right? And let's do, currently we are unauthorized. Okay, let's leave it. And in setting you can add dynamic tags. Okay, you can add multiple tags and you can edit those. And in general settings you can edit the personal information, you can change the current password, and here I'm using Laravel Fortify for authentication related stuffs. And on company information you can change the company information as well. And on settings I'm using key value pair on the database, so you will also know the cool stuff of using it. Also you can upload the images as well, right? And over here, okay, and you see this breadcrumb over here, this is also dynamic based on route name, so you will know how to use that on your own project. I have created the component as well, so by viewing the source codes you will get some idea on creating this dynamic breadcrumbs as well. And on dashboard, here we are showing the total counts for the clients, users, services and invoices. Okay, I will also updating this project and add more features, and the feedback is highly recommended, and this much for this demo. So I hope you like this, and I also highly recommend to buy this product and learn from it as well, and you can use this project as a reference to work on our own project as well. So this much for this video. I hope you like everything. So till then, have a great time, and I will see you on the next video.